Hi, everyone.
Hey,
I'm Alicia,
and I'm Meredith.
and this is Summer is Fun, a Summer House podcast, season 6, episode 14. We are one away from the finale.
I was wrong. I really thought they were going to give us 2 weddings.
Thank God I was right when I had no confidence in myself. I literally texted you as soon as they said on the season finale. I was like, I don't even know what's happening on the season finale, Meredith.
I actually, now that I'm thinking about it, didn't even watch the next, the season finale preview.
Don't worry, I got you.
I can't wait to find out.
I got your information. So before we get into it, check us out on the A&M Podcast Network. We have this podcast. We have It's About the Pasta, a Vanderpump Rules podcast, and we have One Season Wonders. Please be sure to rate, review, subscribe. We did get a new review. It's 2 stars. So please leave us a review so it doesn't have to end on 2 stars for the season.
Show us your love. We need it.
It's called Not Great, and it's from Learn the Names. Hurts. So Learn the Names says, don't love that you didn't confirm the name of Lindsay's quote unquote flavor of the week. One of just a handful of people on color who have been on the show. His name is Ahmed, by the way. And listen, that's my bad. Not to give an excuse. I watched it live. I wasn't looking. You can't pause when you watch it live, and I didn't have time to go back and watch it again before we recorded. I should have confirmed. I didn't think he'd be that important. Meredith got it right, though. And
I would say I got it right. But I also did not watch live.
She confirmed it on the show, so we did correct that. And Ahmed's already gone.
But it is something that we do need to be more intentional about. Like, side characters are still important. Like,
you're right.
They get
no matter the color of
yeah,
their skin.
No matter who people are, it's right to get it's best to get their name right. And so it's something we need to pay more attention to.
We will work harder on that. Okay, so after that dreary item, let's get back to happy stuff. Follow us on Instagram at Vanderpasta. I only posted funny tweets this week. I'm over the drama. I just want the comedy at this point.
Too.
Join our Patreon, patreon.com/Vanderpasta. Let me tell you what you can get. For $1 a month, you get access to our pre-shows that we do before every episode, and you get access to any episodes that we record early. For $2 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned, plus you get access to our after shows that we do when we go back and do old seasons, so we can still talk about Bravo spoilers. Yes. And we will say your name on the podcast. So thank you to Ashley, Basic Bitch Juice, Chris, Danae, Dustin, Jackie, Kimberly, Cameron, Tiffany, Tracy, Gina, Jennifer, Kelsey, Mariah, Sarah A, and Sarah M.
Thank you. Woo-hoo. Don't forget us as we go out of live seasons, though, because all that is so important for not live seasons.
That's true. We just want you guys to talk to us.
We need more friends.
I miss you so much. And then for $5 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, you get the ability to give us your thoughts during live seasons. And I think for One Season Wonders, we're going to give you the opportunity to give us your thoughts too. So
yes, watch along with us.
Because we will maybe let you know which episodes we're going to watch and record. So you can send us your thoughts.
We do that so quickly that it's like binge it with us. That one is truly the binge.
Yeah. So. And it's honestly the funnier of all of our episodes. And no one leaves reviews. So we never get 2-star reviews. I mean, we never get 5-star reviews, but ignorance is bliss, you know? Or I guess hiding in the shadows.
It's honestly just for us.
And then also we will pick a patron of the episode. So this week I'm gonna pick you know what? I haven't picked Tracy in a while, I feel. No. You know what? I'm gonna give a shout out to all of the OGs that were $5 for a long time. Tracy, Tiffany, Dustin, and Jackie.
Yes.
Those were the OG 4 for a really long time. We appreciate everyone else that's here now. But for a long time.
But we started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Now we're here. It's amazing. Okay, so thank you so much. We do have some thoughts from last week from our $5 patrons.
Yay.
So, Basic Bitch Juice said what Kyle said was fucked up, as in like last episode when he like brought up the miscarriage. His Instagram apology was also totally Kyle, since a bit of Lindsay's nipple is exposed. Not that Lindsay would care, LOL.
Lindsay probably
I loved it.
approved that photo
Yeah.
because her nipple was exposed. I love her.
was
She loves
that
her
it?
boobs.
Her
What?
nipple was exposed in the apology picture.
I think that's what they're saying. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so
Lindsay loves her
fucking
boobs.
funny. That's so funny.
Although
Okay,
I do have to say something. There is a theory that somebody sent in our DMs of like a
Ooh.
conspiracy theory circulating that
I already
it was
believe it.
dubbed over, that Kyle didn't actually say that at dinner. And I don't believe that, because when things are dubbed over, the audio is so different and it's like super obvious. So I'm just saying, I don't believe that Kyle
Oh.
didn't say it. I think the only way the audio would be as normal as it was is he would have to do that in studio. And I don't think Kyle would sign up for that.
I don't know what I believe. I'll have to go back and listen and then decide if I agree. But I usually believe in conspiracy theories. So I'm on board so far.
Bravo. Say bravo conspiracy theories, not real conspiracy theories.
No. You're right. I don't believe in like normal conspiracy. Only bravo things. You're right.
I'm like, 9/11 happened.
I believe in knowledge and science and history. Yeah. It's this. It's bravo. Things that don't matter.
Yeah.
Like these people's lives matter, but it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. If Kyle said it at dinner or it was dubbed over.
If it was dubbed over, who the fuck? He said it somewhere.
True.
Okay, so Cameron said, oh my God, I love that Meredith was like, I know I don't know anything about astrology, but then proceeds to perfectly call out Lindsay's super typical Leo qualities.
I know nothing about like matching it. Like I couldn't tell you anything about Sagittariuses.
Is that what you are? Do you know what
you are?
No,
I'm not a Sagittarius. I'm a Cancer. I had my whole chart read once. Like from some lady in Lisbon. I did a girls' night and we had some lady in Lisbon read a chart over Airbnb experience.
Well, that's Meredith's extent. Cameron also says, I'm so glad Paige had a good episode. Twitter is so quick to call her a hypocrite in true Twitter fashion. I agree. I think she had a good episode and I'm always for people growing.
Yes.
I did love the tweets though calling her out. Some of them were very funny.
Oh, absolutely. But I think it's like good to note that like everybody has a bad episode. Every single person in this cast has a bad moment.
Oh my God.
It's not if, it's when.
Bravo editors, please bring us all the bad moments in one big episode. That'd be amazing.
I think it's just life. Like we got a bad review because we had a bad moment, like everybody's human. So.
And that's what's interesting, right? Yes. For us as viewers, we want to see.
Yeah. I mean,
as
come
horrible
on.
As that is.
Think about Abby Lee's pyramid. Not everybody can be on the top.
I love that. Number one guy in the group. So Kyle and Amanda, yikes on bikes. Tandem bikes, if you will. Girlie should have gotten that dang prenup. I agree. I think Amanda would benefit the most from the prenup.
I agree.
But what do I know? I hope he really looks back on this episode with major regret. The dinner was such a train wreck, and he's way too aggro. Good on Paige for not backing down. Agree.
If there's something Paige excels at more than fashion, it's going toe to toe with a white male.
Agreed. Okay, last one from last week's episode. It's Jackie. So Dustin and I got back from a trip to Ireland. Wow. How was your trip? Please message us and let us know about your trip.
More on that, please.
We were there for a wedding, so only watched last night. Oh my God, Kyle losing his shit at dinner. What a jerk. Take a breath and check your privilege for a second. Talk about first world problems. Oof. Honestly. Amanda definitely needs a prenup just to keep her safe from any of his debts, of which it sounds like a lot. Craig needs to call Paige's girlfriend already. Dustin and I both went, ugh, when Paige explained it's still not having the label. I agree. It's all dumb.
This is so millennial, though. I can't even hate them. It is like, I feel like that's our generation.
It is. Team Andrea for life. So many cliffhangers this season. And I agree that there should probably be 3 episodes left. Well,
right, Jackie. Right.
Starting to see Lindsay and Carl connect, which is cute. Will Maya bring her guy to the wedding? Probably, because they're still together.
Oh, well, I don't think Maya was actually at the wedding.
Oh, damn.
Well, because if you think about it, they just met her 3 months ago and their invites probably already went out.
That's very true. I hope so. She sent him cookies. I date her. Same.
Well, they're still dating, so Locked it down.
Hope you ladies are doing well and making your hot summer plans. P.S. Might leave the States and buy a cottage in Ireland. Kind of serious, kind of not. No, you should be dead on serious, Jackie. Come on.
Yeah, be serious about it.
I've never been in a more beautiful place in the world. View fed my soul, but still hungry for more. Good for you, Jackie. Can we come visit?
My God, a live podcast from Ireland. Love it.
Oh my God. Jackie and Dustin would be great co-hosts.
Also, I just have to say, because I sent Alicia this, BravoCon was announced, and Alicia and I are so dead set on going. So if anybody else wants to go, slide into the DMs. Let's all meet up.
Scouring for tickets. They're not available yet, but
no, I went to their website and it is literally just the date.
BravoCon 2022.
Please wait till we build this out.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay, but that's it for last episode's thoughts. We do have thoughts for this episode, so let's get into it, shall we?
Yay, can't wait.
Okay, so previously on Summer House, it's the last weekend. We're going to go to prom that we're throwing ourselves. Maya asked Oliver to prom with cookies. Lindsay's flirting with everyone who doesn't give a fuck. Andrea feels lonely and is sad because Lexi doesn't want him anymore. Luke met this girl, Nicole, through the DMs, if I had fucking known only, and is bringing her to, I would have been at prom, but instead he's bringing Nicole to prom. Lindsay and Carl are going to prom together. Paige and Andrea are going prom together, but Paige is exclusively dating Craig with no label. We are weeks away from Kyle and Amanda's wedding, and we have no florist. Kyle thinks he should get a prenup. Amanda wants all his shit if they divorce, basically. Which I don't know why you want any of his shit. It sounds like his shit stinks.
I was about to say, it sounds like it's all dead.
Kyle lost his mind at dinner because he's stressed and everyone was talking over Luke. That's why Kyle lost his damn mind.
Good God.
Okay, so it's Friday, 10:52. Kyle storms off. Danielle goes after him. She's trying to support him even though he's wrong, but he's losing his mind. He's crying. He's
a lot of things. Meanwhile, Amanda's so like, no, nobody else has problems.
Yeah, she's
only
also
Kyle.
She's doing that thing that Amanda does so beautifully where tears are streaming down her face, but she's not crying. And meanwhile, Kyle's like hyperventilating, crying, like he can't breathe. So basically, we'll do the table first really quick, right? Amanda's sad, but like it's not her fault, and everyone's reassuring her that she's fine. Okay. And also, Andrea is making himself physically sick because he loves Lexi so much.
Good
Those
God.
are the two main things happening.
Because we don't get Lexi at all, it seems. I'm so over Lexi for now.
She's just like a figment of our imagination.
I dislike them just putting up her picture every time we talk about her. I'm like, I get it.
Lexi. I'll have a picture of her and Andrea, and they're like, this one's Lexi. It's like, oh, how would I have known?
I want them to be like, not Lexi, Lexi.
Not Lexi. Okay, so back to Kyle. He's upset. He doesn't like talking about his issues, so he bottles them all in and then they explode. Listen, I'm not laughing because Kyle's right. I'm laughing because this whole thing's kind of fucking ridiculous. And honestly, I was laughing watching it.
And it happens every like other week. He does this.
Yes.
He like freaks out and he's like, I just want everybody to have fun. But then like everybody's talking over each other and I don't have a florist. And I'm like, nobody gives a shit that you don't have a florist.
So Kyle's crying. Carl comes to comfort him and Kyle says he wants to relax, but he hates when people talk over each other. He's just looking out for Luke, who did not go after him.
This angers me so much. Yes.
Such an excuse.
Yes.
So yeah, he's hyperventilating, crying. He does have a florist. He's upset he ruined dinner, but then Carl's like, I also ruin all the dinners. And then we get a flashback of that I was not expecting of Carl ruining dinners and activating Lindsay. How did these two date? I don't know.
To see sober Carl in front of us and drunk Kyle, those flashbacks. Yeah.
I forgot he did all that. So Lindsay now joins, and honestly, I do like this foursome of friends, right? I like Carl, Lindsay, and Kyle together because they're kind of the OGs. They are the dynasty.
Danielle is pretty much an OG.
Danielle
at this point.
Really fell into that easily, right? Yes. So I like this cute foursome of friends. I was about to say they're all platonic, but that is false.
At this point, they're all platonic.
They're all platonic. So they're all trying to comfort and support Kyle. And I'm like, I'm writing, right? I say, I feel like work is really taking a toll on him. And I'm like, who are these people? Oh my God, they're at someone's house. This is someone's house.
I had no idea they were in front of a house.
Well, he's sitting on that horse. That looks like it's a carousel horse, right? Who would have that in front of their house? And he's sitting there.
Well, like businesses have stuff like that in front of their... Yeah. So like, I literally thought this was the front of the restaurant.
I do too. But no, then we see this family come up and they all look and they're like, oh my God, this is their house. We're so sorry. And they're like, it's fine. And they clearly don't want to be on camera. It's like an old man.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we got to get out of here.
We got to get Kyle out of here. We got to move.
This Kyle on the horse was my favorite meme from last night on Twitter. Everyone was fucking cracking up. It was the funniest thing. And then we were like, and it's someone's house. Like the best part is someone owns this.
That is the best part because I saw your tweets before I even watched it. So that just solidified in my mind. We're outside of the restaurant. And then to find out, it was somebody's house was just 10 times out. Who the fuck has a horse in front of their house? I just...
As weird as it was for Kyle to be sitting on this horse, it was way weirder for someone to own this horse.
Yes, 100%. And I just know somebody in the world is going to track down this family and we're going to get more on this horse.
Bravo bought this horse probably, and now it's on the Bravo clubhouse.
You know what this makes me miss? When they had like those animals in the house like 2 summers ago. Yeah.
Wasn't it Otis? Otis.
Where the fuck did you get Otis?
Where did you
Maybe Otis was one of the other animals, like that monkey.
I have zero idea. I hope it was Otis. Okay, so I know it's not. Anyway, so Lindsay goes back to the table. She's like, is it okay if we take Kyle home? And Amanda's like, fine.
Please do.
That's fine. So Luke gets the check. He paid for it. Y'all better Venmo his ass. He did not deserve this. He didn't tell anyone about Nicole and he has to pay.
You know what? I think Luke's willing to take the bill in order to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, he's not big on airing dirty laundry in public. So we head home and then like Sierra and Maya pull an audible and they're going to go out because Oliver is going to be there and we're going to meet up with Oliver. And who knew Sierra wasn't going to lay in her bed? Well, this bitch. Yes.
When they not to jump ahead, but I mean, I am going to. When they get home, they're like, it's the last weekend. We got to do this stuff. And I was like, hell yeah.
I was very proud of Sierra.
But I understand,
I love
Amanda has to go home. Paige loves laying in her bed, and I get it. Yeah, and like she's not on the prowl looking for a guy.
That's
Sierra's looking for a guy. Maya's meeting her guy. Like Paige just wants to go home and FaceTime her guy.
I wish we had gotten more of the night out because I feel like these two are a blast.
Me too. Like we at least get usually cell phone footage. Like we barely got anything.
We got one little pic or something or video. Okay, so it's Friday, 11:44 p.m. The foursome group of friends, of platonic friends in the current state, they're home. And then at 12:13 a.m., the rest of the table makes it home. Amanda and Paige are doing a little pajama party, probably so Amanda doesn't have to hang out with Kyle. Luke's gonna make a fire and have a beer.
Classic.
On point. Also, shout out to Luke. I had a tweet about him and he put it in his story. It might not still be up because he did it almost immediately.
We love to see it.
We love consistency. The one man we can count on is Luke.
And you know what? I'm actually really loving this Alex-Luke duo.
I do too, and it's weird. Because I don't really like Alex.
I don't either. Luke. And it's so funny because I feel like Luke is kind of a shadow. So for a shadow to have a shadow is just like, that's the dynamic I love. Is that Luke's just there for the quirkiness that we love, like the fires. So Alex like following behind him being like, sounds great, is just like so weird to have somebody else on board.
Luke needs a friend that will support him and his fires, and Alex is that guy because he's got nothing else to do.
It seems like they actually hang out because Alex has met Nicole. Luke said last episode.
Yeah, and that's cool. That's like dope.
Real life friends.
Yeah, we love. So Paige and Amanda are laying in bed. Paige hasn't pooped today though, so she better figure that out. Luke made a really good fire. It's a solid fire. Kyle goes out to the fire. And Luke actually is upset because he did want to share about Nicole. So he's kind of happy Kyle said something. So, I mean, teach their own, Luke.
Well, there's a difference between saying something and slamming your hand on the table.
That's true. Luke
It's
didn't
not,
go
it's never
further
about
than
what
that.
you're saying typically. It's like how you're
How
saying
you say
it.
it.
I don't think anybody would have been upset if Kyle was like, hey guys, like Luke has something he really wants to say.
It's cute. My little Luke got a little best friend sticking up for him. This is cute. Okay. Amanda and Paige talk, and the gist of the conversation is Amanda cares about Kyle, but she's frustrated with his actions, which is basically what was happening in season 1. So I don't know how we've made it this far, because I would have left a long time ago.
And again, how are we making a wedding?
How do we get
How do we get a wedding? And the thing is, like Amanda says, like this is not out of character for him. Like you said, this has been happening since season 1. This is just going to continue to happen. No, and even though Kyle made an apology on like in today's world on Instagram, like let's be honest, season 7, we get it. This will happen again.
Yeah, and honestly, like I think it's that thing, you know how like on Vanderpump Rules, Tom Sandoval turns into the villain because Jax isn't really there to take the heat. I think Kyle, he's always kind of been a villain, but there's always been a bigger fish to fry. Like last season, it was Hannah, right? Yeah. So Kyle looked fine.
Or the Workus twins, like.
Yeah, the Workus twins. I love him. That was great. But
but usually it's like a love to hate because it's like fun and it's usually relationship drama. But now, like Kyle has a little bit of entitlement this summer about like his problems are bigger and he's more stressed. And you know what? Like his problems probably are a little bit larger, but it is all relative. So you don't get to say that to people.
I just wish the drama would change from like year to year, but I feel like Kyle has the same shit every season.
I agree with that. Yeah. Everybody else has a new person to like fight with, whether it's a housemate or a significant other or something else. Like
Lindsay, it's been him and Amanda forever
last season, and now it's like Lindsay and Sierra this season. Like they switch it up, but nope, Kyle and Amanda consistency.
Both of them, honestly, both of them need to stay home one weekend. They don't want either of them for one whole weekend.
Agreed.
But unfortunately not, because now it's Saturday, 1:28 a.m. We get that little blurb out with Sierra and Maya, and then we go back to the house. Everyone else is asleep. Amanda's already asleep under the covers when Kyle comes in. So he just like crawls in bed next to her, but they clearly aren't touching. No. And then at 3:53 a.m., the girls are home. Maya wanted to go hard, and I'm proud of Sierra. It's the last fucking weekend. These two girls
the house.
Fuck yes. So now it's Saturday, 8:12 a.m. Carl's up, of course. We love consistency. Luke's hungover, of course. We love consistency.
Well, they had that liquid diet last night, so I bet everybody's.
Oh my god, yeah, they didn't even fucking eat.
Yeah, they got like to-go boxes, but I didn't see anybody eat.
No, Sarah and Maya just went to the club. These bitches left. Paige and Sierra talk about what a crazy night it was. Maya's cooking everyone's breakfast. Alex is only in charge of coffee because God knows he only cooks turkey, so we can't have we're having carbs for breakfast.
We can't end the summer with 2 pounds of ground turkey.
No. Okay, Kyle and Amanda, they're laying in bed. Amanda says last night was ridiculous. Can we just kind of like fast high level this shit? Yeah. Great. Amanda's disappointed in Kyle. She looks horrible, like she's been crying all night. Kyle doesn't apologize because he doesn't think he's wrong. Amanda tells Kyle his actions suck, and she goes under the covers to say that she's done talking to him. So Kyle fucking leaves because he's done too.
Well, one point I do want to hit is that he told Amanda he only got mad when he was called a dictator, and she was like, whoa no, we're not rewriting history here. Like you were pissed even before that.
Yeah, he kept saying everything was blown out of proportion, and that's when Amanda's like, it wasn't. So she goes under the covers to like end the conversation.
This is my worry, is I worry that he's like so hammered last night that he doesn't remember any of it, so it's hard for him to correct his actions, because I don't think he's ever really that embarrassed because he doesn't remember.
I agree. I think Kyle was horrible last night, and honestly I think Amanda was less horrible but also still horrible. I think both of them.
I think Amanda was consistently herself where she just nags him, but Kyle was like elevated.
Like even this though, like this communication, like neither one of them communicates correctly. No, Amanda's not even like I get it, right? She doesn't have to like at all see Kyle's point, but she could be like, I understand being called a dictator is not correct, but to kind of be like, I get it, but because
I see what you're saying.
Him,
yeah. She like in this conversation, she's coming from a point of like shaming him, but he's not even accepting the shame. He's not going to
accept it. Yeah. And then she just goes under the covers to end it. And so he's just like, I'll walk away. They
just avoid it. They just like, they basically already lit the fuse to be pissed at each other for the rest of the day. And then now they're just going to avoid it.
And then they're going to just not talk about it, but make up. Spoiler alert. So Paige and Sierra talk about how Kyle had so much rage and it comes out all the time.
I mean, he does. He like really needs to look at his work life and like figure that shit out.
This man needs to go to individual therapy.
I think everyone needs to be in therapy all the time.
Yes.
All the time.
So it's 11:02. Maya made a spread. We have French toast, pancakes, and waffles. Really quick, Meredith. Fuck, marry, kill.
Wait, hold on. What are the three of them again?
French toast, pancakes, and waffles.
I would kill French toast. I hate French toast.
What?
Yeah. I would marry waffles and I would fuck pancakes if they were chocolate chip.
Okay, I'm a little different. I'm gonna kill the pancake, marry the waffle, fuck the French toast.
I don't like soggy bread.
I love French toast. Okay, so we're having a beach day today. Andrea checks in with Kyle. Kyle's like, I'm in the doghouse. I'm stressed about the wedding.
Kyle is like the victim all day.
He's always the victim.
Until his talk with Carl.
He's always the victim. The girls check in with Amanda and I wrote the bed girls. Just so everyone knows, the bed girls. Plus Maya.
I was about to say, I think Amanda's more of a bed girl than Maya is.
I agree, because Amanda spent a lot more time in bed on the show. But yeah, so the bed girls plus Maya check in with Amanda. Amanda tells them she's frustrated and she walked off. And then we hear that Craig is stuck at the border of Canada and he only has his Amex, which I was like, what a random thing. How to get into Canada?
I couldn't tell if he was stuck on the US side of the border or the Canadian side.
Yeah, and also if you made it to the Canadian side, where's your passport? Did you lose it? What's the story?
It sounds like so Paige said that he had a bachelor party in Montreal and that's why he couldn't come to prom.
Yes.
And so I'm like, it makes no sense why he would drive there from Charleston.
No. Like Chicago, you can drive there in a second. Fine, Canada. But South Carolina is a little far.
None of this makes sense. And so I'd already seen pictures of Craig at prom. So I already felt like I knew this was a ruse. Yeah.
Oh,
I was spoiled before the episode even aired. I was kind of annoyed.
Oh, damn. Okay, I wasn't. But my biggest concern was, where's the rest of his wallet? Why does he only have his Amex?
Right. I needed more because this is this Saturday?
Yes.
So I'm like,
so it's the day of prom.
No, prom's on Sunday.
Oh, you're right.
Because of Labor Day weekend.
You're right.
But I'm just so confused because if it's Saturday, I feel like he would already be at his destination. It just made no sense. And I was honestly very concerned for him. I thought he was coming back from Montreal to prom.
Where's your wallet, my guy?
But I'm just like, fine? I'm stressed for you. How are you getting?
Just has his Amex.
Yeah.
I just had no answers. But we're going to go to the beach. Carl helps Lindsay pick out a bathing suit. He recommends a 2-piece. That was subtle.
This friendship is so odd. Lindsay operates really interesting with her guy friends. Even though we already know they're having
on the mouth.
I know. Even though we already know that they're having feelings for each other and that they're going to get together, I'm still like, I could never imagine looking at one of my guy friends being like, pick out my bathing suit today. They pick out the worst one just to fuck with me. Straight up,
if one of my guy friends was like, I recommended 2-piece, I'd be like, I'm wearing a 1-piece, you creep.
Yeah, I would do the complete opposite of whatever they said.
I know. Okay, Robert's here. Yes. Favorite. I love Robert. He's a fucking king.
Remember when I thought we were only going to get him for one weekend?
Yes. Oh, this is the best.
They got it wrong about everything this season.
I'm going to straight up say the person who has the best edit this whole summer is Robert. He just fucking kills it. Okay, Kyle and Amanda are ignoring each other. Maya gets a call from Oliver. He got the package. He says yes. And they're honestly really cute. Like, I was smiling. They're messing with each other. Like, one of the cookies was broke and then Oliver tries it. And he's like, they're actually really good. And Maya's like, what the fuck you mean actually?
Excuse me. You should have known they were always going to be good.
Listen, props to Danielle for setting this up.
I want to meet Danielle just so she can introduce me to someone.
I know Maya's got Danielle's got hot friends, and now Maya's one of those hot friends, and I just want to hang out with these hot friends because they're all so fun and hot. And like Danielle, Robert, they're all so
here's the thing great. Is that like Danielle isn't, I'm sure Andrea has nice friends who like are quality people, but like Danielle is down to earth and like a normal person in my mind. So I feel like she hangs out with normal people.
Yeah.
Where
like I just like, she doesn't seem like into the fame, you know, like,
yes,
no offense to Paige, but she is very much capitalized on being an influencer. 100%. Right? Like Danielle does. So
you have to kind of play the game. So a lot of people you meet are also playing the game.
Yes. Danielle, to me though, she has her own thing going on and she does kind of play the game, but steps out of the game whenever she wants. And it's like, fine. Yeah. Like I love, there's something really down to earth about everything. And I'm obsessed.
Me too.
Okay. Andrea's ready for the beach. He's not talking to any girls. Alex is way concerned about Andrea. Somehow, like Andrea has gone from being my favorite to like a real bummer. Alex seems like really fun.
I'm like, what swapped in their bodies? But my favorite thing is Alex saying that he's like worried about his best friend. And I'm like, wait, when did you become best friends with Andrea?
That was like so cute.
You guys, they're probably hanging out in the city, but like we're not seeing it. And so I'm like, Alex, we haven't seen you in a while. So like, I'm confused at what's going on here.
I think Alex is his trainer.
Oh.
So I think they like are friends, but I think that was how they like really became close.
Oh,
they work out together.
Love that.
So this is his best friend. They eat turkey pounds together. They eat.
Andrea's like, I'll put some mozzarella on top, and then
Andrea drizzles. They even each other out, right? They're both fucking super muscular and cut.
Ripped,
but like Andrea eats carbs and Alex doesn't, so like they help each other in that moment. Okay, so we go to the beach. I never get a timestamp. I'm upset. We need drinks ASAP. The boys playing football is one of my favorite moments. I don't know why, because I'm never a fan of like straight men playing with football, right? Like that never like thrills me, but there was something so fun about them and like they're long, lanky really legs.
Silly.
Like, and they're short shorts and they look dumb.
Wait, the best is when Carl like chest bomb and Carl like falls over and literally falls to the ground is my favorite part. I was like,
Carl loves sports. This man was so happy to be playing sports. And he's not drunk. He's just so excited to play sports.
There's something, I think it's probably also like the love of knowing it's the last of the summer. Like we're going to be playing sports on the beach. Like, let's just hang out and have a good time.
Kyle never asked Amanda to prom. And honestly, I don't think either one of them cares.
Well, he said, should he? And she's like, it's a little too late now, which I agree. Like,
who cares?
The should I question, not should like I? If he was planning something like Alex obviously planned something last minute. So plan it and just surprise her. Don't ask her if you should do it. Like this is where it annoys me that he can't be even a little romantic with her birthday or something like this. It's super easy. No. He literally could have held up a sign when she woke up that said prom ? And that would have been enough.
He's got some lawsuits, which I'm going to listen to the Bravo docket and I'm going to update everyone on, because I don't understand the lawsuits because I'm dumb, but I'll get there. So I will find out for next week. Okay. Maya's got a prom date. We want to ask Lindsay about Ahmed. He's not around anymore. Listen, him and Lindsay just weren't on the same level. He didn't want to hang out as much as she did, as we saw last episode. But you know what? She wants to enjoy herself. They agreed not to hang out. Lindsay had a whole relationship in 1 week and she doesn't fucking care. She learned to move on quick with guys. If they're not for her, she can shut them out like nothing. No,
you know
regret.
What? Her saying that really resonated with me and made me realize, like, looking back at the summer, like what has shifted for her. And I think that's something that was hard to comprehend for like Amanda, Paige, Sierra, like just everyone, why Lindsay is rotating through people so quickly. And she doesn't care anymore. You know, it's like she's putting effort in, but if it's not being reciprocated back, she's going to immediately move on. She's not wasting her time anymore, planning over people who don't want her. And I think if she would have said that at that winery, I think things would have been a little bit different.
Agreed. And it made me immediately think of Strabby, right? Who like there were a million red flags and she still fought for that. And now she's like, one red flag, I'm out. I don't care.
Exactly.
Which
She
I
was so
appreciate.
dedicated to her timeline, not to Stravy, but she wanted like the output of her timeline, and she needed a person there, and the history only benefited her to get further into her timeline.
Okay, Kyle and Carl have a little chat. Carl tells him how we rep ourselves in public is important.
Yes.
And he sees Kyle dealing with stress in a very unhealthy way. And then Kyle starts to cry again. And he just feels like he's spiraling. And Carl feels like they're going through it together, which I was like, the lawsuits? What are we going through together, my guys? Because listen, Loverboy goes down, Carl's without a job too. So
yeah, I think he just means in like life, like anything you're going through, like I'm here with you. Like this wedding, I'm like want to walk it with you. Like Loverboy, I'm in on it because I work there and we're doing it together. I think it was just like a general thing of you're not alone in these situations. Like we're all here for you.
Oh, that's sweeter than what I kind of thought it was. Maybe because I really didn't care about this Kyle shit anymore. I'm so sorry. That's my bad.
I agree. But I loved, like Carl says a lot of right things here that I think help Kyle walk back from thinking he's the victim without putting all this blame on Kyle that he won't accept.
Yeah, I liked what Carl says where he wishes Kyle would communicate his feelings better, which I think that's all it is, right? If Kyle's stressed, he should say, hey, everyone, I'm not in a good mood. I'm stressed today because XYZ. And everyone would be like, okay, cool.
Like, hey, when you get there on Friday, most people are like, how's your week? Like, be honest with how your week is. You don't need to be a Debbie Downer by any means, but just being like, oh, I have a huge lawsuit and it just kind of has, messed with my whole week. So I can't wait to hang out and have fun here.
Yeah. Bring it back up. Be like, we're going to have a good time. Let's not think, because you don't want to think about it anyway. Him and Amanda keep saying like, we're just trying to have a fun weekend and not think about our responsibilities. Then don't bring them into the issues. Just put it out there. Here are my responsibilities. Here are my stresses. But we're not going to deal with it.
But I think it tells people like, you know what, if you're short that night, like, oh, Kyle had a rough week. That's why he's short.
We're just going to give it.
Helps people walk through like why you're in a bad mood rather than just thinking you're just being a dick to be a dick.
Agreed. That's why when people ask you how you are when you go in the office, you say, I'm tired. I didn't really sleep that well. And then people get it if you just want to die a little bit inside.
Yeah. You don't need to give the full story, but like shedding some light on like what's going on is really important, especially with these people who you claim are your friends. Like let them in.
Yeah, these are
like,
your
you
besties.
Should be able to trust them.
If they're coming to your wedding, you should be able to trust them.
Yeah.
So it's 2:36 p.m. now. Kyle tells Amanda she looks super hot and kisses her, and he acknowledges finally. He bottles up his emotions and then he lets them out like a crazy person. And we flash back to Kyle that one time he went on an island and cried. That was funny. And Kyle stands by what he says, but he just delivered it wrong, which fine, great. You have some sort of recognition. Moving on.
Yeah.
Andrea and Alex talk.
Our besties.
Andrea's our real besties. Andrea's trying to distract himself to be happy. He has to detach himself. And Alex is like, fuck it, my dude. Let's have some fun. Let's be positive. I'm here to support you. I love you. You're my best friend in the whole world.
Yeah. He's like, listen, I see that you're struggling with something. But like, let's not let it get us down for our last weekend. Yeah. Get off your phone. Let's have some fun and we'll deal with the Lexi shit on Monday or Tuesday since Monday's a holiday.
Not even Monday. Don't even think about it.
Yeah.
Carl and Lindsay hug because they're prom dates and we're going to get all their scenes now. And there's a whale. Who knew there were fucking whales?
I thought the same fucking thing.
Whales are usually on the West Coast. I thought, I know nothing about whales. I've never lived by an ocean. I want that to be clear. But I thought whales were mostly like in Alaska, Hawaii, California.
Yeah. Like, okay, I went on a fucking whale watching tour in California when I was there and didn't see shit whales.
I saw some money back.
Some dolphins.
Oh, okay.
No.
Then you're not going to get your money back if you saw dolphins.
No.
I went on a whale watching tour in Hawaii and they said it was mating season in February. And after they mated, they were going to make their way through the California area, back up to Alaska, and then come back down next February to give birth in Hawaii. So no one ever said anything about the Hamptons.
Do you think they're just different species?
Maybe there's whales near New York. Where are the whales? I did know there are dolphins in New York, which scared me one time when I learned that.
I know nothing about the East Coast.
Marine biology ocean freaks me out. I have no idea what's happening.
Midwesterners just know what's in the lake. Actually, nothing's in the lake. We all just pretend there's nothing in the lake.
It's dirty and it's trashy. So we go back to the house. Straight up, Bravo was shady to Paige, and I'm gonna call him out because it was kind of funny. Right. Paige is mid yawn, and they got that, and then they cut immediately. They just get Paige in like the weirdest angle. Fucking
was at the beach or at home?
No, we had just like pulled up to the house. She's getting out of her car, and she's like,
"Oh my god, I missed it!"
And it cuts. It's just whoa.
Oh man, I missed that.
Like, who's the shady editor? Anyway, Maya's hangry. Where's the bread? How do we not have bread? Did Alex?
Because we used it all for the goddamn French toast this morning.
Damn it. No, but we make sandwiches somehow. Carl gives.
I love this. This is such a drunk, like we're home and we're all hungry at like 4 p.m. moment of like, what do we have in the fridge?
Yeah. Carl gives Lindsay a cheese stick at a time.
He even opened it for her. I was like, this is so sweet.
The feelings are insane. Sierra has a crazy ass burp, other shady moments, but it was funny. Good burp. Luke makes a fire.
Classic.
I love my guy.
Sick.
Carl hoards snacks. Who knew? This man has a flaw. He brings snacks up to his room and hoards them from the group, and then probably gets ants.
I do this at my parents' house. I'm like, "Ooh, this is really yummy," and so I bring it upstairs because I work and I sleep up here. And then I'm like, I just set it down. Like I literally have a bag of pretzel crisps right next to me right now. Nice. And then I never bring it back downstairs because I'll slowly eat it. I can only do it with closable, like resealable bags so they stay fresh. Yeah.
Same. I don't want open food.
But I'll eat this over like an entire month and just will never let my family have any of it.
Hell yeah. Okay, so we're having a comfy clothes night and we're gonna sit by the fire that Luke made. It's a good fire.
The dream of a Midwestern kid.
Oh my God, because all your friends come to the fire you made. Everyone in the house is at the fire. Even Charlie and the Chocolate Factory's grandparents. They're there. They're in the fire.
Also, Maya's in the fire.
Sorry.
Wait. They're not laying in the fire. They're laying next to the fire. Maya's outfit, that little fuzzy pink romper thing with the robe. I'm like, so
cute. Okay. So Paige says this summer is the most fun and the closest they've ever been, which really worries me because I hope Amanda and Kyle do not feel this way.
Okay. What I will say about the closest for the group is I think for Paige, this is the closest she's been to people in her summer house journey, which I agree with that.
I think it's because she didn't have Hannah to lean on.
But this is her 3rd season. You know, she's really great friends with Amanda. That's true.
Amanda, Sierra.
Sierra's been there for now 2 seasons, and they did Winter House together.
That's true.
Paige is closer to these people than she's ever been. But I wouldn't say the group is the closest it's ever been.
Paige, Maya, and Alex are all the closest they've ever been to this group. 2 of those people have never been in this group before. Sierra, meanwhile, had some bad moments. Kyle and Amanda should not be proud of their summer. Lindsay,
as a group, it doesn't check out, but for Paige's experience, this checks out for me. And I don't know about most fun either.
Yeah, I mean, I think Lindsay had the most fun. I was gonna say, I don't think she should be ashamed of anything.
But as a group, but I guess Paige had in her 3 seasons.
This is
she had a COVID year, so this is way better than the COVID year where they get to actually have people to the house.
And the first year she was new, so she wasn't that close.
So I think this is reflective of her experience.
This was it.
Not a group experience because she doesn't not know the OG days.
That's true. The OG days. Anyway, Amanda brings up the stress that the wedding is causing because we can't ever let this go. Amanda has to bring it up to maybe set Kyle off, but he's eating tortilla chips, so he doesn't notice.
And again, she brings up we don't have a florist, and I'm like, you can't call anyone now. Why are we talking about this?
0 people care. Amanda's going to sleep at her parents the night of the wedding, put Kyle in a hotel. They're going to do the whole thing where even though they live together, they can't see each other the night of the wedding. Dude, it's a weird tradition.
But here's the thing. If they need one thing to keep it alive, that they're going to stay together, let it be this tradition.
Staying apart. That's true. So fire's done. Poor Luke has to put it out. I'm sure this killed him because Midwesterners wait till the fire dies. You sit by that fire till that shit dies.
You only have like some embers, but no logs in there.
No.
That's when you can leave.
Yes. Luke calls Nicole. She's very cute. We get a picture of her. I was like, wow, I pictured Nicole a little differently. I don't know how. She looked more like me in my mind. But I don't
know why, but I pictured like fake red hair.
Very different. It's very, very fun when we make people up in our heads.
Oh, absolutely.
But Luke and Nicole have easy conversations. Something this could go somewhere. I don't know if they're still
together. I don't think it does.
I think it goes nowhere. Okay. Carl and Lindsay hug. They love being close to each other. Paige calls Craig. He's like laying in a hotel. That's what he says. He's like, I'm in my hotel.
Which do we know? Do we have a timestamp from when that fire started?
No, they didn't give me a timestamp of when we got back to the house.
Because like Montreal, it has to be somewhat late because of when the sun sets. Like it's not like 7 p.m. by any means. Like it's later into the evening. But
yeah,
I this is again where I like, because I was spoiled. I was like, if he's on a bachelor party, why the fuck is he in bed?
That's a good point. So
I kept being like, what is going on here? I just always thought he was coming on Monday or on Sunday, which he did. But all this made no sense to me.
Why?
Was the bachelor party fake or did he actually go to a bachelor party is what I need to know.
Meredith, I have an answer for you. You want to know why he was in bed? It's because he didn't make it to the bachelor party because he only had his Amex at the border. He couldn't get there.
I don't know why, but I felt like he was trapped in Canada, which I don't know if that's a thing.
Why? I literally don't know what happened to
it's been too long since I've left this country that I don't remember how it works.
Either way, it does not check out. Okay, Kyle eats some late night food. Lindsay brings Paige and Sierra some water, which I did not see coming, but I appreciate it.
No, I was
drunk
Lindsay. What? This is such a girl thing to do, though. Like once the beef is squashed, you like move on because you're so excited about the next thing.
Yeah, and Lindsay was clearly drunk because she's like, I feel like we should all have some water. I brought you the water.
That way we can all have a great prom tomorrow.
Prom.
What does this water tonight have to do with prom tomorrow night?
Yeah. Oh no. Kyle falls asleep listening to Amanda talk. I don't know what she was talking about. I zoned her out, I think. Lindsay, Paige, and Sierra talk about how Lindsay and Carl spend 3 out of 7 days a week together, not including the weekend. So really it's 3 out of 4 days together in the week. And then you spend 3 days.
6 out of 7 days they spent together. They were already dating before they were dating.
They bought a plant together last episode.
Oh yeah.
Although
they live in the same building, so this is really easy.
It's normal.
This is actually kind of my dream, is to live in the same building as someone.
Like a friend or a boyfriend. I lived in the same building. I lived in the same building as my best friend during COVID, and we weren't roommates, which was really nice. We hung out all the fucking time. We just
because then you can like make dinner together and watch shows, but then you get to leave and have your own space.
Yeah, it was fun.
The dream. I'm really into this.
Sierra's the only one going to prom without a date. She says she made bad decisions this summer. Now she's going to prom alone. What if it's not the consequences of my own? I'm just kidding. I just love that saying.
Oh, man.
To Bravo people.
But I do love how she's like, I've had so much drama together. I mean, like the Austin stuff. And she's like, you know what, to be honest, that's enough.
It. That's really it. So I think I got timestamps wrong. I'll own that. I swear Bravo put Saturday morning. No, it was probably Sunday. Okay.
Yeah.
So Sunday morning, no timestamp. We just woke up without a time. I want that to be clear, Bravo. I have no idea what time it is. So everyone wakes up. Robert's here. I don't know what time it is. but he encourages Danielle to get up. So I don't think it's that late. And then Kyle goes for a run. Everyone's excited about prom. Paige is pumped because she loves prom. She's been to 12, right? 12?
Yeah, 12.
This is 13. Nicole's going to be here at noon. So they say noon is soon. So
I bet this is like 11 a.m.
It's almost noon. We're setting up for prom. Kyle found a pogo stick. We got a red carpet. Paige calls her mom. Now it's 1 p.m. I finally got that from Paige.
Yes.
Paige says, Mom, it's 1 p.m. I'm in bed. It's okay. I don't know. So she tells her mom about Andrea being her date, but then also tells her mom how Craig texts her every day. And she wishes her mom was here to take her prom pics, which I really felt that on like a lot of levels. I'm not going to prom without my mom.
That's so fascinating because like when I was in high school, I always got ready at other people's houses. So my parents never saw me before dates.
Your mom never showed up for prom, like to take your pic?
For prom, she did, but other dances, no.
Oh my God, my mom would always meet me wherever and
my
take
parents
all the
met
pictures.
me at the St. Louis Arch. I did pictures like at 4 different places. So they met me at one of them.
Oh no, my
mom how to get it all in.
What would usually happen is sometimes I feel like my sister also had something going on. So one parent would go with my sister, and usually it was my mom would come to take pictures because my dad sucks at pictures. And then when my sister and my brother were in school together and they had to be in 2 different places, I went with my sister, and my mom went with my brother, and my dad came with me because I could take pictures. Yeah, I was in charge. And then my mom met up with us later, and my dad switched. It was amazing. My parents are amazing. I don't know what happened.
Also, I never took later when they take like staircase photos, we never did that shit.
Oh, I took one and it's awful.
It's
but
horrible.
Thank God, because my date was my same size. So luckily he like stood by me.
There were we usually
not
did like
luckily,
large groups of things. So there were like 80 million of us that nobody could ever stand on a staircase because there were way too many of us.
I love a short king, but the pictures look better than him standing right behind me because then his head would have been cut off. This was great. No, we did one of those. We mainly did outside pictures, but there were steps outside sometimes we would stand on. I don't know. I'm trying to think of prom. My prom pictures rocked. I had
find a prom picture and send it to me because I want to post them on Patreon.
Oh, I looked great in prom.
I love prom.
Do you want both? I went to two. I went to junior and senior year. My dress basically looks the same on both, but I'm a big advocate of one shoulder for prom because then your dress won't fall and you don't have to pick it back up like the girls do when they dance. Just so everyone knows. If someone,
oh my God, I had to unzip my dress after prom because I ate 2 cheesecakes. We had dinner at prom and I ate 2 desserts, and I was because they were so good.
See, you need a breathable, stretchy fabric too.
It had this little band, and it was just so tight. And so when I drove, I had to unzip it. It was so bad.
Everyone right now is hearing how practical I am. I think of advance. I'm like, am I going to be sweaty? Yeah. Should I get a breathable fabric? Yes. Should I get extra fabric in there? Yes. One shoulder so it doesn't fall.
All right, we're posting them on the Patreon. I'm so excited.
Okay. Okay, so we're all setting up a confetti cannon. I almost said funfetti, but it's confetti. Confetti cannon went off. Maya's fired from setting up anything. I thought it was fun. Okay, so Lindsay goes into Danielle's room and she's like, hey, I want to write Carl. Damn it, they're both the same. I want to write Carl a note, like a prom note. It'll be cute. And so
this is like a wedding thing. This is not a prom thing.
It was so funny. Because
it was amazing because the way it was edited, like the voiceovers of each person reading it as the other person's actually reading. Yes.
Okay, so they're gonna make it Shakespearean. We start with my dearest Carl, excited to go to prom, wouldn't want to go with anyone else except Tom Hardy, right? That's kind of the gist of what we have so far. Then Robert walks in and he goes, "Oh, are you writing a love note for me?" Lindsay's like, disregards how funny he is. And then she keeps going on of like, what should I say? And then Robert goes, "I've never felt closer to you besides the time you had your fingers inside me. Maybe we'll even kiss tonight, unlike last time."
Killer.
Do you know how hard I laughed?
I was like, this is amazing because Robert was not in the picture when this happened. So like somebody had to explain this whole thing to him. And I love when things become such a joke, even if you weren't there, that you can even joke as if you were there.
I love the finger bang joke. Everyone knows about it. Lindsay and Carl make a joke about it all the time. It's literally so
Carl
funny.
adds a joke about it in his.
Oh, we will get there. So then they go with the one time you cuddled me from the inside out. They're so weird. But Danielle is like not enjoying this.
Oh,
she's
man.
like, Robert, fucking cut it out. So Danielle then tells us she went to her prom with her gay best friend, which gay Twitter was so happy. Danielle's an ally. But yeah, so Lindsay gives Carl the note by sliding it under his door. And so it's 3:05. Bravo put Friday, I'm pretty sure.
Weird.
Well, I'll say I'm 70% sure because someone's going to give me a 2-star review that's like, you were wrong. So I swear, because again, I'm watching live. So I just did a quick look. I saw it was 3:05 and I swear it said Friday. So then I put Saturday, but it's actually Sunday. So fuck me up the butt. Okay, so Nicole's here. She goes straight to Luke's room. So no one meets her yet, but Carl finds the letter. And we have to wait, right? He finds the letter. We're all excited. Then we have to go listen to how Robert's dressing for Charleston because they're moving there. And Danielle doesn't say anything. So like there was no information given.
No, I was like, so this is so unnecessary.
We go back to Carl. He's reading the note. And it's very funny because as he's reading it and chuckling, Lindsay did a
voiceover. Yeah.
Of what she wrote in the note, and it is so funny. And he decides to write back, which would not have been my response. I did not see this coming.
Neither did I. And I was like, what fucking piece of paper did he grab? It's somehow brown.
Oh my god, it's brown, and it was like a brown paper bag that he folded.
I love.
So Nicole brought her prom dress from high school, which there was some controversy on Twitter. She said it's been in her closet for 6 months. So people were like, did she go from 6 months ago? And I was like, there's no way this bitch is.
No, I think she said she went to 6th prom.
Oh, nice Twitter. You really fucked that one up. No, okay, cool.
That's what I thought she said. And the first thought I had when I heard that was, well, Paige went to 12.
I would have thought, ew.
That's the only reason why I remember is because that's my thought was, well, Paige went to 12.
Okay.
So I think she said she went to 6 proms and this is one of her prom dresses.
Nice. Love that. Okay. So Carl slides his note under Lindsay's door and Lindsay immediately sees it and she like grabs it and she grabs Maya and she's like, oh my God, he wrote me a note. It's long because Maya's like, he wrote you a novel.
Yes, which is why I was even more confused because the piece of paper looks tiny.
Yeah. So I'm sure his handwriting is tiny.
Yeah.
So as Lindsay and Maya are reading it, did Carl do a voiceover or did Lindsay read it out loud to Maya?
I think Lindsay read it out loud.
Lindsay read it. Okay, so Lindsay reads it. Basically, the just is so excited for prom. The last 7.5 months he couldn't have done without her. Let's close the summer out with a bang, no fingers. I don't know why I find the finger bang so funny.
Oh, there's always such great lines in like Bravo shows, but I can't use them. I always say I'm going to use it in real life, but I realize I can't because nobody would get it.
The finger bang?
Like if I was like, let's go out with a bang, no finger, people would be like, what does that mean?
We can do that.
But even Bravo people, I think like you need the context of like this just happening.
Yeah.
To like be able to say, if I said this a year from now, people would not understand it.
You know what? We're going to end this season with a bang, no fingers. We got this.
Thank God there's only 3 episodes left.
Remember to say it every episode going forward.
You know what? There's your closing line.
There we go. Okay, so some of the prom outfits are absolutely hilarious. Some are really hot. You know, it's a mix of both.
It's a mix whatever you want. Semi-serious, like things pulled from real wardrobes, to Carl's custom suit jacket.
Yes.
Hilarious.
So Alex is the first one ready and he's in like a muscle tux that can show off his arms.
I was about to say, very on brand.
His arms probably don't fit in sleeves. They're so ginormous.
Well, he could have a custom suit.
That's true. Carl's jacket says Hampton's Prom 2021. Kyle's jacket's honestly kind of sick. And he has like a
that's from like I think his real closet, which I loved how he was able to play in theme of like kind of like gaudy and makes no sense while pulling from his wardrobe.
Yeah, and he has like no shirt on, so it's like double funny, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Luke is wearing a Harley Davidson t-shirt, which I was like, what the fuck? Nicole's wearing a dress, but he changes.
I was hoping. I was like, I swear to fucking God, Luke, if you come back downstairs in this outfit again, I can't.
He talks about how this is Nicole's first time in the Hamptons. Paige then walks down in pants and like a white shirt with the tiara. Amanda's outfit is so beyond hot. She has like a black suit on with like no shirt underneath. Mm-hmm. She looks so good. I freaked out.
Crushes everything, but especially like a blazer with no bra underneath.
Amazing. Also, Maya's dress looked great. Super prom-y. We loved.
I just love the range. That's my favorite part.
Yeah. Amazing. So then Lindsay calls Carl because she's about to come down the stairs.
I love that she wants to make an entrance with him. This is very high school. And I love that Lindsay's going full in high school.
I came down my staircase for prom for one of my boyfriend.
I accidentally did at my friend's house. And I thought it was the most uncomfortable thing in the entire world.
I did it. And then my boyfriend looked at me and he was like, oh, hey.
I know.
And I was like, fuck you. You're supposed to tell me I'm the most gorgeous person.
Me and my friend happened to be upstairs when our like guy friends came and picked us up. And my friend's dad opened the door. And I was like, I don't want to do this because now we're upstairs and they're downstairs.
Now it's a deal.
Now we have to make an entrance. And I don't want to do this. Now it's a deal.
Okay, so she walks down. He takes pictures of her.
I was literally just swooning
without being told. It was very cute.
He's like, you look so great. Snap.
So then she's wearing her actual junior year prom dress. We get a picture. Her hair was nuts, but fun fact, it's the same dress, or like kind of the same dress as Halle Berry wore to I think the 2002 Grand Oscars.
It's definitely the Oscars. I didn't get the year.
But she saved up, right? So in high school, Lindsay saw the dress and she decided it needed a second moment. And that moment would be on her prom. So she saved $400 for it. And she wasn't surprised that she fit into the dress, but she's surprised her boobs fit into the dress, which like we all are, my girl.
Well, I looked at the fabric a little bit more closely because she posted the photos too of the then and now, which is really cool. So check out her Insta. But it's like mesh, so it makes sense that it's a little stretchy.
Oh, it can stretch.
It's not very structured.
Dope. Love that. So Carl calls Lindsay sexy and it's very cute. They have like a cute little moment. And then Danielle and Robert look amazing as always. Nicole meets everyone, and then we're doing
to like just meet the group the day of the party on a prom. Like,
hey, this is my prom dress. I don't always look like this. But nice to meet you. So now we're gonna do like what do you call it? The staircase photo with all the dates, because everyone here it has a date except Sierra. So now Sierra has to take the photo, which was like kind of sad.
He took that?
Yeah, Sierra was taking the photo.
The fuck? Alex doesn't have a date.
That's what I exactly was thinking. I was like very sad Sierra.
I bet they did that for the show, but I think the one they posted online, I bet somebody from production.
Sierra was in it. Yeah. The one on the staircase was like a big setup. So then the door knock. We hear a knock at the door. And we're all like, oh my God, it's probably Oliver because he's not here yet. And then it cuts to commercial. And then we come back and we have to see who's at the door. And they open it up and it's not Oliver, it's Craig. He made it through that Canadian border with just an Amex somehow.
And Paige's jaw drops to the ground.
So happy. It was like kind of cute.
This is like a rom-com movie moment. Like this is what everybody wants, is like people to show up in a moment like this.
This is where I got confused about my feelings because I was so team Andrea, and now I was like, wait, they're really cute.
I really like Paige and
Craig together now?
I really like this moment.
I thought it was really cute. Okay, so yeah, Paige said she wishes she wore a dress because she's in her pants. She didn't want to be in pants right now.
Again, I was spoiled because they posted these goddamn prom photos before the show even aired. And so I saw a Paige in a dress and I just thought she just really wanted to make an outfit change.
Well, no, she was in pants for right now. I didn't look at any pictures, so I
think it is kind of funny though, when she's going with a friend, she's gonna dress in a tux. But when her boy gets there, she's now she has to be queen bee. It's
prom time. Okay, so I'm like, Andrea, don't third wheel this. Just ask Sierra to prom, right?
Same. And he's like, nope, we're a package deal. We're a throuple now.
I was like, okay.
To be honest, I forgot about Alex. So I was thinking Sarah's the only one without a date.
That's exactly what I thought. So then Alex and Sierra are taking a photo together, and then he gets down on one knee and asks her to prom, and she's like, oh my god, this is so cute. And he has a corsage and a boutonniere, which he cannot say boutonniere. I don't even know how he says it.
He was like the
button on or
something. Yeah,
it was something weird, but yeah, he has had his eye on Sierra all summer, and he's done overthinking. He's just gonna ask her to prom, and I'm happy he did this. Thank the fucking Lord. Shoot your shot,
finally,
my guy.
Yeah, like it's freaking prom. This is low stakes. Like we're just like having fun, and we're all gonna be at the party together. So like, fake go with someone.
Okay, so let's get this party started. Everyone says Carl and Lindsay look like they should be dating. Woo woo.
I'm just like, this is so cosmic the way it's happening. Like this party is so perfect for them to like push them closer and closer together. When people start saying like, oh my god, you guys look like a couple, you start thinking about it more and more.
Yeah. And honestly, Lindsay posted this on her story and said like this was kind of the weekend where it kind of clicked for her, where something was very different. And it was probably going to prom together, Carl being so sweet, taking her photos.
It gave him like the opportunity to like show up in these moments. And I think that like gave her the reassurance that like, oh wait, I do still have those feelings.
So happy. Everyone's drinking Loverboy. Luke's getting licked. Andrea can't pogo stick. Paige does do a change. So she's changing. She's going to wear Sierra's blue dress. And Sierra took 2 shots of tequila, so she's feeling good. But the minute Paige walks out of that bathroom, she starts crying because Paige is just so beautiful.
I want a moment like that.
That was so nice. But also I was like, girl,
get it together. I know. Like
you're
the party
like
just
shots.
Fucking started.
I know, you're 2 shots in, girl. We got this. So Carl and Lindsay are sitting and they're looking at Kyle, who's like piss drunk.
Oh my god.
And they're like, oh, we can't imagine a summer without him. And then they're like, we can't imagine a summer without each other. And then Lindsay's like, I can't imagine a life without you, Carl. And like literally the tension was all there. I was like,
I know. And then she said she was like nervous around him. And I'm like, oh my god, it's really happening. Like we got moments before, but a lot of times like they have a very intimate friendship, like not kissing friends, but like they're so close
they don't kiss
on a friendship level. That like it becomes similar to like siblings where you just know each other so well, like it's just that comfort level. So I feel like we got a lot of that earlier in the season, but now it's like this is like truly like the moments.
And then Carl says that he wants to slow dance with Lindsay, which we all know is the most romantic of all the dances.
Okay, here's something I heard once I read an article about like for people who are bad at flirting, like people who are good at it, give some advice. And one thing that really resonated with me is that like it's all supposed to be like plausible deniability. Like anything you do, you can deny it. And I feel like this is a moment where they're kind of subtly flirting with each other, but it's easy to deny it if like the other person ends up not being into it. So like Carl's slow dancing with her, he's like kind of showing up for her, but then it's like, oh, it was just prom. Like he could always say, oh, it was just prom. Like I really just wanted to dance with you. So I was noticing that like subtle. As they're doing this, like he's doing all these really subtle things, but you can always blame it on something else if somebody ends up being like, oh my god, you guys are dating. It looks like you guys are dating. If Lindsay was like, oh no, we're just friends, he could be like, yeah, exactly. Like this is just friends and it's prom.
Yeah, it was both their flirting was very subtle with each other, but enough that like
it like eggs each other on slowly.
You could say it to a close friend, right? I would say I'm thinking of one particular friend that I have a very similar relationship with, never finger banged or anything, but like I have a close relationship with him the same way. He reminds me a lot of Carl in a lot of ways. And people have asked us if we were dating before. And I think we just give off that vibe. By no means we don't make out on or kiss on the lips or anything.
No, but you have such closeness that like it
yes,
clearly reads as dating rather than just really close friendship.
Yeah, so I would totally say like I can't imagine a life without you. I'm pretty sure I've said that to him. And I would totally say like I want to slow dance. Like I would just say so it can be in a friendship level. Definitely. But also you're like
you kind of start reading into it. If you were having those feelings, you would start reading into some of those things like, ooh, and say something a little bit more and like keep escalating it. So it's interesting how we're gonna like then get into the wedding where we saw that preview.
Oh my God.
Like they're really escalating things like very slowly, but it's exciting to see the build.
So Sierra grabs Craig because she has a surprise. It's Paige in a blue dress, and Craig's I love that Sierra
gave Paige another reveal.
I know. Craig is very sweet. He says Paige looks beautiful. Andrea is hammered. He does a full toast. But we cheers
prom. Like, come on, he's American now.
Good for him. Cheers to summer 2021. And then Oliver is here and he's in fucking cargo shorts and a white shirt.
I'm pissed.
And I'm kind of mad, and I'm happy Maya's not mad because she told him he could wear whatever he wants. But I'd be a little mad because I'd be like, here's what I'm wearing. Wear what you want, but also match my ass.
Subtly, like at least get in a little bit of theme. Like come with that tuxedo shirt.
Get a jacket, sir. I'm so upset
because she said that she told him he could wear whatever. I gave him a pass, but like I would be annoyed, but it seems like Maya doesn't give a shit. I'm not pissed for her. I'm just pissed for myself.
I'm pissed about myself because I wanted it to be a cuter moment. Okay. Amanda calls her mom drunk in a room. Amanda's outfit is literally my favorite. I wish I could pull something like this.
Oh my God, I love when her mom's like, you're not wearing a shirt.
Yeah. And then Kyle walks in with his jacket and she's like, you're also not wearing a shirt. Like neither one of them. But they're getting drunk. They're 20. So then her mom is like, by the way, we're 20 days away from your wedding.
Oh my God.
If you could like help us out with this, that would be great. And Amanda's like, we're not talking about this now. Bye. And hung up.
I don't think that's a bad thing to do.
I don't either.
In the moment, because you're at a party on a Sunday of Labor Day.
Yes.
You're not going to get anything done. Like I wish Kyle could do this more to be like, I clearly can't do anything. I'm not even going to discuss this. Let's have a good day today.
I want to be clear though. If I'm 20 days out, my wedding better be completely planned.
Yeah, like there should be minimal things that need to be done. There's so much that just they stress me out.
I hate it. So then Kyle and Amanda, though they're not going to talk about the wedding with Amanda's mom, they're going to talk about the wedding together because we need a florist and we need a prenup.
Which no florist office is open, so we're going to talk about the prenup.
But we're not going to get a prenup right now. No. What the fuck? Let's not talk about either.
I don't know. I dislike how last minute this is. And then Kyle's like kind of trying to, I feel like, shift blame to Amanda that she won't talk about it when this isn't the moment.
You know, when you think about something you have to do, but you're in bed, so you can't do it then, but then it like impacts your sleep.
Yes.
And like all you do is think about it. I feel like this wedding for weeks, they've just been doing that. So now they're tired.
Kyle is doing that. I don't think it affects Amanda the way it affects Kyle.
And now we're drunk and we're like, this is better than it wasting my sleep. Like, no, none of it's okay. Literally other people are taking shots in the kitchen and you're arguing about this prenup and investors.
I am Paige. I can hear like, I can't fully hear everything, but I notice everything that I'm like, oh my God, wait, there's fighting. Shh. And Craig's like, why we don't care about this? And Paige is like, yes, we do. Come on, Sarah. Yes, we do.
Craig's like, I'm not going over there to listen. And she's like, that's fine. I
don't need you.
So Paige and Sarah walk over to listen. Kyle tells Amanda she will never own a majority stake in Loverboy, but that's true. That's true, right? She's not going to own it.
Well, like even when they get married, if they don't have a prenup, yeah, it's like, doesn't it go to co-owners? I don't know how marriages work.
I think it goes to co-ownership, right? Like the fear for investors is that Amanda will get majority stake. But if they split in half in the divorce proceedings, Kyle, I'm assuming, would fight for custody of Loverboy in like a bad way to say it. That's it.
But here's the thing, like what he doesn't get is the way he communicates is he's never gonna get the end action or end result he wants. So telling her she'll never have like a majority stake in Loverboy makes her not want to sign this.
Yeah. Prenup. So they're basically like not wanting to fight, but fighting. And Amanda is still very anti-prenup. So Kyle starts to walk away, even though Amanda, all she wants is like Kyle to explain to her why she should sign this prenup, right?
Well, I feel like it's a pitch. She wants to be pitched why she should do it. Because if not, she's very apathetic towards it. And he says he doesn't want to be the teacher, which I'm like, dude, yeah, I can't. Like, he doesn't need to teach her everything because she should get her own lawyer and really educate herself. But I think if you're the one bringing the discussion to the table, you should be able to lay out like from a high level, like, why are we doing this?
I think so too. And I think even if Kyle were to just pitch it as like, look, I have a company I have to look out for. I love you, but this is something I've worked really hard at. Even if he doesn't really present it like, Amanda, this is why you should sign a prenup.
Yes. But right? He presenting something.
Because like, even if someone right now was like, Alicia, why would I sign a prenup for you? I'd be like, because I worked hard for my money and I want to keep it. And I think it'd be better. And like, you can keep all of your shit and it won't get complicated if we do break up. Right. Like, I don't have to sit here and tell you why it's beneficial, but that's important to me. So Kyle, if this is really important to him, needs to lay it out.
Yes.
Be like, this is why I want it. And this might impact the marriage if we don't get a prenup.
Yeah. And like, just like, here's what I'm thinking. Yeah. You keep your stuff. I have Loverboy, but we'll give you like 10% or like something. Like, just explain from a high level what you're thinking. And then that way you can both get lawyers and make sure that it's in your best interest for both parties.
Yeah. Because
he's not willing to do any of the work. No. He just wants her to basically sign a document that says, I won't touch Loverboy.
Yeah. And I think if Amanda honestly went to go see a lawyer, they would tell her, you should sign that prenup because you're gonna get screwed.
Like, we're gonna write a prenup that's in your best favor, I think is what they would tell her.
Yeah. So that's how it ends. So next time on the season finale, we get the wedding. We make it. We're here.
Finally. I mean, I'm just excited to actually see this wedding because I'm pissed that they got married after all this entire season with no resolution. So I just want to see a beautiful event now.
We're at a wedding. Austin's at this wedding. Sierra and Austin don't talk, although Sierra has one of those hot dresses. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Carl and Lindsay have feelings for each other and they admit it.
Wait, I did see this. Man, I don't know how I didn't think I did.
Carl's unsure because of dating and sobriety. And then Kyle has like a moment of like, this is the worst thing that could possibly happen. And I'm like, they're trying to make it seem like Amanda doesn't walk down that aisle. But
I know
Amanda's, if anything, Kyle wouldn't show up to that wedding. You're going to try and tell me Amanda's not showing up for that wedding? That was the wrong
move. She spent the night at her parents' house, so we know she's on property at least.
Her dad locked her in the basement and was like, do not marry this man without a prenup.
You know what? I kind of weirdly think it might be raining in the morning of their wedding.
Oh.
Like, I'm trying to think of what they could possibly take that soundbite from. Like, we know that there's the tent and there's the floor, and I know that they have a wedding cake and they have flowers. You know what? I know why the floors quit, because I remember seeing pictures of these flower things hanging from the ceiling of their tent. And I bet that drove the florist over the edge because they like hated it, whatever they like mocked up. And like the florist was like, this is too much for me.
Oh, you think so?
I wonder if like, it was not just standard, like, oh, flowers and vases and bouquets. Like they had a lot more than just the norm.
It was like hang it from the ceiling and like
have Kim Kardashian wall extraordinaire. I mean, they didn't have a
here's
wall
our
flowers,
mood board. Like, figure it out.
Yeah.
They were just like, okay. Okay, so I think before we do fun, not fun, we should really quick read everyone's thoughts from our $5 patrons. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Tiffany says, so how does Sierra say that Kyle has anger issues by banging the table, but she threw a glass at Danielle? Maybe she forgot. Listen, I think though Sierra had an angry moment and it was not good at all, I think Kyle consistently has anger issues.
I agree. I think Sierra had an anger issue and Kyle has anger issues.
Yes. Also, was I the only one to notice Paige on her vape pen? She took a couple of puffs and fell out.
Missed it.
Damn, I totally missed it. Paige vapes? That's very Gen Z of her.
Oh, I hate when people do it in like houses though. Like if she's laying in bed doing that, that would piss me off as her.
Does it? I'm indifferent. I don't do it.
My brother did it when he was home for Christmas and the entire room smelled of smoke and it just pissed me off.
Okay. Cameron says, speaking of Bravo, I know y'all mentioned starting something new for One Season Wonders. Are there any thoughts on venturing into another Bravo spheres or any other Bravo spheres? I know it's pretty time consuming.
Well,
I don't know if they meant like for One Season Wonders or like an actual different Bravo show.
I have a multi-level response to that on both of those roads. There are some Bravo shows that were one season. They're really hard to watch because of the whole Peacock issue. And so any shows that are like Mexican Dynasties, I think is about to expire like on Bravo. So Bravo's difficult to get shows back.
We did NYC Prep if you are interested in a Bravo show on One Season Wonders.
So we probably need to give Peacock a new glance now that it's like up and running a little bit more.
Yes.
And then as for new shows, I can't decide if Vanderpump Rules is going to be canceled, but we've talked that if Vanderpump Rules does get canceled, we would scout out a new show. Here's
the thing is we want to do a show that doesn't have that many seasons so that hopefully they'd have more seasons live
in the future. Yeah.
Like, I don't think we could do Southern Charm, for example, because that show's going to end soon anyway.
I cannot. We already are going back basically 7 seasons because we started in season 8 of Vanderpump Rules. It is really time consuming to go back. I enjoy it, but like I'm such a control freak that I would want to go back if we did Southern Charm and start from the beginning. I
would consider Below Deck because I think each season is a little different, that it doesn't need to be in chronological order, but at the same time you want it because then
I know
like it's difficult. I think there was a new Bravo Peacock thing of Below Deck Down Under I brought up to Meredith. That was like, I think that'd be fun because it is, Below Deck just one season, but I think it's hard because we don't know what seasons are going to keep going, and at this point Bravo doesn't have a ton of new shows coming out.
Like one or two seasoners,
spin-offs of other shows. Like we're not going to do Real Housewives of Miami. My God, it's one season, but we're not going to do Housewives. We could do Below Deck. I just wish we wouldn't have to go back.
Miami's in season 4 because it has those old seasons.
Oh,
technically,
that's right.
They rebooted it.
You're right. Or
Dubai is the new one. Oh, I can't wait to watch it, but I cannot recap Housewives.
We'll think of it. We would definitely want to do some sort of like a live show. So we'll see where the world takes us. If Summer House and Vanderpump don't come back, then we can gladly do Southern Charm because we would have nothing else. But if we have like 2 shows, we already haven't gone back enough into Vanderpump or Summer House. Okay,
I know.
We are so behind on our lives.
We have a whole adventure ahead of us.
But if you have a suggestion, you're more than welcome. Yeah, give it to us and we consider everyone's suggestions. I mean, we pulled you for One Season Wonders, so we have
our next 2 shows. We're doing Lindsay Lohan and Princess of Malibu. I can't wait. I was
like, why? It's so funny. Okay. Also, last comment from Cameron. I'm glad Danielle went after Kyle, followed by Carl, of course. Does anyone get a feeling Amanda isn't involved with her own finances? Yes. Yeah. Like it's very, yes.
100%.
No
she
idea.
had a talk to dad to even know where her bank accounts were.
Like her parents take care of / took care of most of her finances. I don't know. It feels like Kyle is putting a lot on himself, even though his meltdown made me chuckle a bit. Let's be honest. Agreed. I had no idea that he had a lawsuit going on. And of course, there's the shit ton of debt they're in with Loverboy. Makes sense. He lost his shit in a pretty childish, emotional, unregulated way. I feel like him and Amanda don't hear each other or something. I don't know. Yeah. I'm rooting for them despite the glaring red flags.
I don't think they do well when they film. I bet their life is way less stressful on the off season of filming. Yeah. And so I think they need to take a look at their lives and say, like, you know, we need to put our efforts into Loverboy. And I don't think they need to be on this show anymore. I want them to come back year after year, but I don't think their heart's in it that they're giving us good content like they used to.
I completely agree. I do think Kyle probably does have a lot of stress. I just can't get behind how he handles it. Because starting a new company is serious. You do have debt. Obviously, he has lawsuits going on. Mm-hmm. I would be stressed too. I'd be a nightmare to be around. Oh my God. But I would let people know.
I was about to say, you can't blame other people for not being sympathetic to what you're going through if you're not going to like share what you're going through or like converse with them about it. Like you mentioned the florist thing when they were at the house, and then you move on. So everybody else is going to move on too.
Yeah, I will agree though that I think Amanda is also to blame. I don't think she like really supports Kyle in what he's trying to do, right? Kyle was the only one that seemed right. Amanda's like, oh no, we don't have a florist. Kyle, we don't have a florist. Kyle, we don't have a florist. And Kyle tries to like do something about it. And then Amanda just like has a great dandy time. I think it looks like Amanda doesn't care as much, which like I don't think is what it is, but I feel like that's how Kyle
she's not like a doer or a decision maker in that household. And so if he wants something to change, they need to have a real conversation about that.
Okay. So thank you for your comments. Those were all great, honestly. Okay, fun, not fun. Let's do it.
All right, which one do you want to start with?
Not fun.
I gotta pick Kyle. He just can't take any responsibility, and it just really grinds my gears. That's all.
I'm gonna pick Andrea. He just like was sad. He was a little bit of a Debbie Downer. So I appreciated he got like drunk, but we didn't see enough of him for me to be like, oh, this is a big turnaround. He was just like sad.
I feel like him and Alex like kind of switched places.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like we got little glimpses of Andrea where we used to get little glimpses of Alex, and now we got like full-fledged Alex.
Agreed. And next episode I will be counting these up to let you know who was most fun and who was least fun.
Yes.
Or most not fun. Sorry. Okay, let's do fun though.
I want you to go first because I have 3 people I couldn't decide.
Oh my God, 3?
I just kept thinking about how fun people were.
People were really fun this episode. I'm also struggling. Okay.
And now I'm actually like mentally adding to the list.
Okay, I'm gonna go with.
Can we pick a couple for prom?
Oh yeah, should we do that instead?
Yeah, I like that because that'll help me decide.
Okay, I'm gonna pick Carl and Lindsay.
Okay, good. I'm glad you're picking them.
I was gonna pick Carl anyway. It's fun, but this is better because Lindsay was my other choice. I think they were fun. I think they both had a great episode. I think Carl in particular was a great friend to Kyle. He then got to flirt with Lindsay a little bit. He's having fun sober. He took a lot of great pictures. He's overall fantastic. And he got a hot, sexy note with no finger banging. And he didn't even have to initiate it, right? Lindsay, on the other hand, she's super just all around doesn't give a fuck. She knows herself so well. She's out before any red flags are even present. She knows.
She's running towards some white flags and our Carl and the knight in shining armor.
Exactly. And then she has enough confidence in herself. She thinks it'd be really funny to write a note. I don't know if I would do this in fear of how it would get taken, but she's like, fuck it. We're going to have fun with it. And she gets a note in return. She gets her picture taken. She looks fucking great. And I don't know. It was very cute. Her and Carl are very cute. I loved it. Giving me butterflies.
I agree. I'm so happy you picked them because I really wanted to pick Craig and Paige.
Nice.
I just loved the surprise and like Paige's face and then the like whole change in wardrobe. I just really love a snooping on a convo. That is going to be me all day long. So I would have been with Paige and Sierra listening in on that conversation.
I hope Craig had an okay time with his Amex at the Canadian border, but I'm glad he made it.
I hope that was just all a whole made up story, because he mentioned that he was sleeping in a bed then on Saturday night in like the Hamptons, and he forgot to not answer Paige's call.
Yeah.
So I think the bachelor party was all
a hoax.
Like, yeah, a smokescreen.
I did really enjoy them. I think I put a poll up. My poll's expired because we're doing this so late. But basically my poll was along the lines of like, are you team Paige and Craig now? And I voted like, I don't know, like I'm in the middle. Like I didn't think I was, but now maybe I am.
I know. I like couldn't vote in it when I saw it because I didn't know how I just still don't know how I feel. I'm very up in the air, but let me look it up because I was very curious what people like would say.
Oh, I might have put like, I don't know, I'm rooting for them, but also Andrea. Because I'm confused.
So 32% said absolutely, 22% said still a no, 24% said kind of, but not totally, which is where I think I fall. Okay. And 22% I'm confused because they're cute, but Andrea. Man, these are all
that was me. They're cute, but Andrea. Also, in hindsight, I should have put, instead of still a no, I should have said it's a no for me, dog. I'm upset.
That's all right.
We should just do American Idol. That's our next show. Well, it would be so short. I'd be like, there were bad singers. Goodbye. Okay, but great. This was a great episode. I'm excited for the season finale. We're gonna go out with a bang, no fingers.